This summer, Instacart is bringing back your favorites from 1999 with prices from 1999. That means 90s prices on juice pouches that ought to be respected, 90s prices on box mac and cheese, and 90s prices on ham, cheese, and cracker lunches. Enjoy all those throwbacks and more at throwback prices, only through Instacart. $4.72 maximum discount per $10 of eligible items. Limit one offer per order. Expires September 5th while supplies last. Discount based on CPI comparison.
Doors closing.
You are not going to believe what just happened on the platform.
Let me guess, guy in a wizard robe handing out business cards for his YouTube channel?
No, Gary's was last week. This time it was a woman with a full rolling suitcase and a stuffed iguana perched on her shoulder. She told me, and I quote, "He's emotional support, but only for long-distance connections and moon phases."
We don't talk enough about lunar-based anxiety.
Then she gave me a peppermint and told me my aura smelled like dry shampoo and secrets, and got on the next car.
Sounds like someone's commuting straight from Burning Man.
Honestly, she made my morning. Got me thinking about strange little signs from the universe.
Oh, that's your I'm about to tell a ghost story voice.
You're not wrong. And this one's special because I wrote it.
Like, original fiction from you?
From me. Inspired by your Bigfoot story and that whole interdimensional newscaster saga.
This is Tales from the Blue Line by Auditory Anthology.
This is Oak Park. This is a Blue Line train to downtown and O'Hare.
What's this story of yours about?
A woman being haunted, but not in a scary way. More like life advice with a supernatural twist.
Please tell me this ghost throws shade and encourages bad decisions.
It writes cryptic notes on a fogged-up mirror and may or may not have tricked her into singing karaoke in front of her ex.
All right, I'm already in love with this ghost.
Claire didn't believe in ghosts. She believed in laundry piles, lukewarm coffee, and the power of ignoring emails after 6 p.m. But ghosts? No. Ghosts were for horror movies and seasonal candles. So when she moved into her new apartment, a pre-war third-floor walk-up with creaky floors and crown molding, she was mostly concerned with the odd layout, the weird smell in the hallway, and the fact that the bathtub faucet squealed like a small woodland creature when it was turned on. The first time it happened, she'd just finished unpacking. She'd survived a breakup, a cross-town move, and 3 hours of IKEA assembly without crying. A long, hot shower felt well-earned. Steam filled the bathroom. The cracked tile walls blurred. She wiped the mirror clean with the side of her hand, and that's when she saw it. "Don't wear that sweater today, trust me." Just like that, in looping, half-smudged handwriting scrawled across the fogged glass. Claire blinked, then laughed, then blinked again. She tried to reason it out. Maybe it was leftover writing from a previous tenant? Maybe someone had etched it with their finger and the condensation brought it back? She wiped the mirror clean. Nothing underneath, no marks, no residue. Nothing etched into the surface, just smooth glass. She told herself it was nothing, a coincidence, a trick of the steam. The next morning it happened again. "Smile back. He likes you." She froze, toothbrush halfway to her mouth. This was officially too specific. She said, out loud like an idiot, "What?" The mirror didn't answer. She shook her head and went about her morning. But when she passed the cute guy by the elevator, she smiled, just to prove it wasn't true. He smiled back and asked her name. Claire decided not to panic, not yet. But when it happened a third time, she started leaving the mirror notes of her own, drawn on the glass after a shower with her finger. The ghost, or whatever it was, responded the next day in big sarcastic cursive. "Yes, I can read. Can you listen?" Claire wasn't scared. She was intrigued. Claire started referring to it as Mirror Ghost, like it was a pet or a roommate with poor boundaries. she, never wrote anything at night, never interrupted a panic cry, and never got aggressive, but she was persistent and, as it turned out, delightfully petty. One Thursday morning, Claire wiped the fog from the mirror after her shower and found, "You're going to karaoke tonight." She snorted, "I am absolutely not." The mirror didn't reply. Later that day, her friend Jess texted, "Karaoke tonight. You owe me after canceling last week. 8 p.m. Claire stared at her phone like it was part of a conspiracy. That night, after 2 drinks and a tragically slow version of Tom by Natalie Imbruglia, Claire found herself somehow signed up. And wouldn't you know it, the guy she liked from work was there. She sang. She was off-key. And he loved it. The next morning, the mirror said, "Told you. Next time, journey." It escalated from there. Claire's boss, an insufferable smiley man named Trent, had a habit of complimenting her ideas in meetings and then forgetting she was the one who pitched them. One morning, the mirror advised, "You're going to interrupt him today. Don't apologize." She tried to resist. She really did. But at the next meeting, when Trent said, "As I was saying the other day," she cut in with, "No, actually, I said that, and I'm thrilled you remembered." There was a long pause. And then people clapped. The mirror's next message? "That's my girl," with a little winking face. It became a routine. Claire would shower, see a message, ignore it, heave anyway, and end up in some perfectly cringeworthy but somehow victorious moment. When she refused to flirt with the barista she liked, the mirror left her one word: coward. She left her number. He texted her the next day. They had lunch. It was nice. Other days, the ghost offered comfort instead of nudges. Once, after a horrible day where nothing went right and everything felt heavy, the mirror simply said, "Cry if you need to. I'm here." Claire sat on the edge of the tub, wrapped in a towel, and let herself fall apart. When she finally looked back up, another message had appeared in the steam. "Good. That means you're still in there." Claire had never thought of herself as someone who talked to ghosts. But at this point, she found herself doing it daily, out loud, conversational, casual, like, "What do you think, mirror or ghost? Should I text him back?" Or, "If you write, 'Wear the red lipstick again,' I swear I will draw a mustache on this glass." It wasn't a haunting. It was a relationship. A weird one, but a good one. Still, curiosity itched. One rainy weekend, she brought home pizza and pulled out her laptop. She started digging through property records, lease transfers, old obituaries. The building had been around since the 20s. Claire's unit had seen its fair share of tenants. Names, dates, a couple stories in neighborhood newsletters about plumbing disasters and historical district protests. Then she found her. Becca Lynn Foster. Lived in Claire's apartment from 2002 to 2007. Died of carbon monoxide poisoning after a faulty wall heater malfunctioned. No foul play, just a quiet, tragic mistake. Claire stared at the photo from her memorial page. Becca looked like someone Claire might have known. Dark eyes, quiet smile, hair pulled back like she didn't want to be noticed. She'd been a librarian, a volunteer, single. Her friends described her as reserved, thoughtful, kind. One of them had written, "She was always the one cheering us on from the sidelines. She never wanted the spotlight, but I wish she'd known how much we wanted her in it." Claire read it twice. The next morning the mirror was blank, for the first time in weeks. Claire turned on the hot water. Waited. Steam filled the room. And then slowly a message appeared. "I never had a Claire." Below it, smaller. "You do. Don't waste her." Claire pressed her palm to the glass. The warmth soaked through her skin. She whispered, "Thank you." No reply came, but the mirror stayed warm a little longer than usual. After that message, the mirror stayed silent. Claire still looked every morning, sometimes with anticipation. sometimes just out of habit. But the steam faded and the glass stayed blank. No cryptic advice, no unsolicited wardrobe suggestions, no gentle nudges into chaos. It felt a little like losing a friend, but it also felt right. Because by now, Claire had started talking to people without encouragement. She joined a book club. She'd sung karaoke again, without the ghost's bullying. She even asked for a raise at work, and when her boss tried to brush her off, she didn't blink. She didn't need the mirror anymore. One night, a few weeks later, Claire came home to a flickering bulb in the hallway and a bag of lukewarm takeout. She poured a glass of wine, ran the shower, and let the water fog up the mirror one last time just in case. At first, nothing. Then, as the edges began to clear, a faint shape formed in the corner of the glass. A heart. Just a small, uneven, almost childish little heart. The kind you'd draw with your finger if you thought no one would ever see it. Claire smiled. A real one. "Goodbye," she said softly, "and thank you." The mirror didn't respond. But the next day she noticed something. She had stopped doubting herself out loud. She didn't need permission to take risks anymore. Somewhere along the line, the ghost had stopped being the voice in the mirror and had become the voice in her own head. Not haunting her, helping her.
Okay, so that was adorable.
Thank you. I was going for haunting, but with life-affirming mischief.
Mission accomplished. If I ever get haunted, I want it to be by someone who leaves passive-aggressive notes and dating advice.
Right? Like, forget rattling chains. Give me a ghost with strong opinions about brunch and emotional boundaries.
I can't believe that was your first original story.
Neither can I. It kind of wrote itself, just popped into my head one night while brushing my teeth.
Well, now I'm going to be staring at my own mirror for weeks, asking for some advice.
Careful what you wish for. Mine told me to wear heels to a barbecue once. Total betrayal.
This is Illinois Medical District.
All right, I'm off. Try not to fall in love with your own reflection today.
Too late, been happening since the 6th grade.
I'll bring you a compact mirror tomorrow, just in case you need validation on the go.
Your true friend. Tales from the Blue Line by Auditory Anthology is written and produced by me, Keith Conrad. Your narrator is Darren Marlar. Be sure to check out Darren's award-winning paranormal podcast, Weird Darkness, available at weirddarkness.com and your podcast app of choice. If you have a story you'd like to contribute to this series, you can do so by visiting submissions.soundconceptmedia.com or just follow the link in the show notes. You can also support the show by subscribing to our new Substack at auditoryanthology.substack.com. By becoming a paid subscriber, you'll help keep the stories coming. You'll also get every single episode completely commercial-free, and now you can also vote on which story will feature in upcoming episodes.